Nobody appreciates you, do they? Do they?
Oh, come on. He's a bad horse.
Oh, he's nothing but a big sweetheart.
We were very picky about who we chose to play these roles.
I play Rapunzel in Tangled, and she's sort of the heroine of the story.
For Mandy's part alone, Rapunzel, we saw 300 actresses. It is amazing, and Mandy was perfect. You know, she's got the right personality, she's got this great heart, incredibly intelligent, very quirky, and she's got this beautiful singing voice.
She has this ultimate goal and dream of seeing what the world outside of her tower is like. I want to see the world, and not just from my window. Through a bizarre set of circumstances, employs this stranger, coaxes him into sort of accompanying her on this journey.
As far as finding Zach goes, you know, he was equally as hard. We looked at about 150, maybe 200 actors for his role.
How you doing? The name's Flynn Rider.
It's funny, I feel like the characters exist before you actually start to draw them. I mean, I did hundreds of drawings of different versions of Rapunzel, knowing that that's not her, until one day, well, it was really also listening to Mandy's voice that tells you, oh, this is her. It's a perfect match.
Being such a huge fan of Glenn's work, knowing that he was designing this film and her, it's pretty mind-boggling, but yeah, she's like everything you would want a Disney princess to be.
The voice sounds like it's coming out of this face, and you recognize this is Rapunzel.
Mother, as you know, tomorrow is a very big
Rapunzel,
day.
look in that mirror. You know what I see? I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh, look, you're here too. I'm just teasing. Stop taking everything so seriously.
You know, we've all been to 3D films by this time where you come out of the theater at the end going, why did I pay the extra money to see that? That had nothing to do with the story. There was nothing better about that. The 3D Entangled is just, it's very tasteful, but at the same time we do use it for huge dynamic sequences, like when you have 23 million gallons of water smashing down that canyon.
Rapunzel's hair is thrown out of the tower and it falls right towards the audience, or 100,000 lanterns are floating in the air, and little kids were reaching out to touch the lanterns as they're floating out into the audience. I mean, that was fun, but we also tried not to let it be gratuitous. We really wanted it to create as believable a world as possible.
It's like something you've never seen before.
Hey, you don't look so good, Blondie. Maybe we should get you home, call it a day. Probably better off. This is a 5-star joint after all, and if you can't handle this place, well, maybe you should be back in your tower.
Is this you?
We don't want audiences walking out of there going like, oh, okay, well, it was nice, but I've seen it before. We wanted them surprised. We wanted to put them on this like kind of crazy story with twists and turns that you don't see coming.
This is kind of an off day for me. This doesn't normally happen.